We started our trip in the Bay Area taking back roads on Highway 25. Highway 33 through the oil fields. Kern River Canyon was pretty cool, just outside of Bakersfield. It is a nice place to jump in the river for a swim. Pulling into Lake Isabella for our first night on the road. Having some beers on the lake, not far from our motel. The next morning we hit the road towards Death Valley. The wind through here was very strong. Nothing out here except for a burned up truck. Red tarmac on the way to Ballarat. We took a break for some water and some pictures. Be careful going off the side of the road. We found it to be very soft and hard to get back on the pavement. It was pretty exciting pulling into Death Valley. We circled around for some more pictures.
Death Valley National fucking Park. Fucking crazy dumbasses.
We got off on Cerro Gordo, but it was a bit much for our bikes not having off-road tires. So we decided to check out the ruins that were a little closer to the road. Lone Pine, California is where Whitney Portal Road is located. From there you can access Mount Whitney and Movie Road. Mount Whitney is the tallest mountain in the lower 48 at 14,505 feet. You can drive or ride 9,850 feet up it to Lone Pine Lake. The Best Western in Lone Pine was the nicest place that we stayed at on the entire trip.
Better not hear no wind rocking next to me.
We got up early on day 3 of our ride to check out Movie Road while it was still nice and cool out.
I've got that sunshine, just like the birds that fly. Ooh, singing their sweet songs, like nothing could be wrong. They've got it right, no worries in sight. It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this.
Beginning in 1920, Hollywood filmmakers began to take an interest in the Alabama hills for its natural scenery. Since then, over 400 movies have been filmed here.
I wanna kiss you, so that's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, taking my sweet time, I'm making it just right. holding you tight in the moonlight. Ooh. It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. Do 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 do
The aqueduct system in the state of California is by far the longest in the world. The California Aqueduct conveys water about 440 miles from the northern part of the state into the southern drier part, yielding more than 650 million gallons of water a day. Just past Movie Road is Manzanar, a Japanese relocation center from World War II. In 1942, the United States government ordered more than 110,000 men, women, and children to leave their homes and detain them in remote, military-style camps. Manzanar War Relocation Center was one of 10 camps where the U.S. government incarcerated Japanese immigrants ineligible for citizenship and Japanese-American citizens during World War II. After being in the heat for most of the day, we headed to Mammoth Mountain for some cooler weather. We stayed the night at the Mammoth Mountain Inn. They have a nice lodge where you can relax by a fireplace or have a decent meal with nice views. The ride out of Mammoth the next morning was a fun winding road with lots of trees. Our first stop is in Lee Vining at Mono Lake. We stopped at the visitor center and learned a bit about the area. Mono Lake is a majestic body of water covering about 65 square miles. It is an ancient lake, over 1 million year old, one of the oldest lakes in North America. It has no outlet. Obsidian. Hummus. And rhyolite. Here is the turn for Bodie State Park on Highway 270. At this point the road turns to gravel for the next 3 miles to Bodie.
Hi, welcome to Bodie.
In 1859, William S. Bodie discovered gold near what is now called Bodie Bluff. A mill was established in 1861 and the town began to grow. It started with about 20 miners and grew to an estimated 10,000 people by 1880. After Bodie we headed to Lake Tahoe for the night. I highly recommend going to the Naked Fish if you like sushi. The next day we headed to our buddy's ranch to hang out and rest for a day off of the bikes.
You call me?
10-year-old Royce won these goats in a roping competition. Today's destination will be Quincy. We will ride back through Lake Tahoe and North Shore. The Cave Rock Tunnel on Route 50 along the eastern shore of Lake Tahoe, approximately 7 miles north of State Line in Douglas County, Nevada. We just passed through Quincy and we are hanging a right onto Snake Lake Road in search of a campsite. There it is, Snake Lake Campground. It is about 7 miles out of Quincy off of Buck Lake Road. This will do. Back through Cave Rock, the tunnel dates back to the Lincoln Highway. Originally the Lincoln Highway was routed along a single-lane hanging bridge and rock wall built in 1863. We will spend one more night in Lake Tahoe and head home tomorrow. Altogether we rode about 1,400 miles in 8 days, giving us time to explore all of the sites. It was a lot of fun and I look forward to the next journey. Thanks for watching.